Hoggie's beer reviews. Hoggie's beer reviews.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another installment of Hoggie's Beer Review. Now today we have a special beer. I know I say that a lot, but I drink a lot of beers that are special. And this one really falls into that category. Take a look at today's beer. This is the Bell's Batch 10,000 Ale, a commemorative brew. This is really cool and really special because not only was this a beer that was brewed only once, but is also the last beer of the batch series that Bell's was doing. Of course, this is Bell's Brewery in Michigan, famous for their Two-Hearted Ale, their Oberon wheat beer, and quite a few others. But the thing with Bell's is that they started doing the batch series. For every 1,000 batches of beer that they brewed at their brewery, they would make a commemorative beer. This is batch 10,000. Before this was batch 9,000. Before that was batch 8,000, etc., on the way back. Every 1,000 beers, they would brew a special one-time only release. That's the batch series. I haven't tried any of the previous ones. I didn't even know Bell's was doing this. I got hooked up by my buddy Howard. Once again, Howie, thank you. He hooked me up with four of the Bell's Batch 10,000 beers. If you notice, there's some other beers here. I'm using the 6-pack to hold these other beers. I got a Santa Claus, I got a Thomas Hardy, and I have a Avery Brabant. But these are all going to be aged. He gave me 4 of the Bell's Batch 10,000. I'm going to sit on 3 of them until the time is right. But I need to try this. I need to see what's up with the Batch 10,000 Ale. That's the bottle. This is the one we're opening today. I've had it out of the fridge for a little while. It's warmed up a bit. We're going to crack it open. Obviously, this is a big beer. On the back, it says, the last of the batch series. Thanks to all the consumers that got us this far. Not much explanation. But when you need a little more info on the beer, there's the internet. The internets, the interwebs. I love them. Punching it up on Beer Advocate like I always do. Bell's Batch 10,000. Out of 300 reviews, it receives a B+. This is categorized as an American strong ale at 9.2% alcohol by volume. And all the way at the bottom in quotations, it says strong brown ale. This may just be a strong brown ale. All right. So again, 9.2% alcohol by volume. It's a strong brown ale or some kind of strong American style dark brew. For that, snifter, a beer that is not frosty cold, and off we go. Once again, Howie, thank you. Cool stuff, man. Ooh, smoky. Yeah, Joe D would like this. All right. Sadly, as much as you'd want to say, oh, I got to save the cap from this special commemorative beer, it's the same Bell's cap that they use for all their beers. I already have one of these on the fridge. It's back there somewhere. So let's just get right to it. Oh yeah, definitely a dark beer. Looks like it could easily be some kind of brown ale. Does look good. There's a little bit of brown around the edges. It's not black. It's a very dark brown. Light ain't getting through here. Sometimes you get red around the edges. You get brown around the edges with this thing. So it is a dark one. It really is. And the head it's like a khaki color, but it's dense, small bubbles. Interesting. Licorice. Like black fruit, that kind of thing. Plums. Hint of like a star fruit kind of thing. Hints of like an earthy kind of hop, but there's no like strong hop notes in this beer. But it's just roasty, rich, sweet, roasted malts. smells like a lot of imperial stouts where you get that dark fruit, molasses, licorice, that kind of thing. So, I mean, already getting some lacing on the side there. It's just sticking to the glass. This looks very appetizing. So, once again, Howard, thank you. Everybody else, thanks for tuning in and checking this kind of stuff out, man. I love being able to share this with you guys. So let's see what the batch 10,000 tastes like. Thick, rich, woody, smoky. With a good dose of hops at the end. There's almost a wood, and I'm not an expert on woods, I live in Florida, but there's like a wood character to it. This was aged in like oak barrels or some shit like that. Has to be. It has that woody, smoky kind of whiskey kind of quality to it. Definitely like oak bourbon barrels. It has that woody, smoky character. It's just so prevalent. It reminds me of that Brewdog Paradox that I had. Was it? Oh, I forgot the name of it because Paradox is a series. For the life of me, I can't remember what that one was called. But it reminds me of that. I had that on cask, and it was like whiskey water, smoky whiskey water. But it's that smoky whiskey wood barrel kind of thing. Very smoky, very woodsy. It's so prevalent. Like at the end, you get that smoke. It's like an astringency from the malt. You know, bitterness from the roasted malts, the smokiness, and the hops all tangle itself into this kind of bitter just finish. Wow, that's an interesting beer. Treat it like you would an imperial stout. It's not arrogant bastard. It's stronger, it's richer, it's darker. It's, again, treat it like a really good imperial stout. But the flavor profile is not like an imperial stout. I've never tasted a smoky, whiskey, bourbony, oaky kind of imperial stout before. This is impressive. This is what I love about breweries that do stuff like this. You know, those one-time beers, just experimenting, trying something new, different, something big, something crazy. This is really cool, and those flavors are so strong, they're gonna mellow over time. I'd love to try this like in a year, 2 years, 3 years, that kind of thing. If you can get your hands on batch 10,000, I'm not even gonna rate this because there's nothing to compare it to. It's just an amazing experience. I'll leave it at that. That's an amazing experience as far as beers go. It's big, it's a sipper, it's complex. Dark fruits and smoke and wood and hops and malt and roasty and resiny and it's all there. It's all there. Bell's is one of my favorite breweries, and this is one of the reasons why. Well, that and because they make Two Hearted Ale. I love that fucking beer. But anyways, that's that. This is a glass full. For crazy shit, this is a glass full. I will rate it. Screw it. Anyways, and just to show off, I'm aging everything here. The Sammy Claus, I'll probably break that out towards the holiday season because I bought it last year, holiday season. The Avery Brabant is a barrel-aged wild ale. It's 8.65% ale aged in Zinfandel barrels. I'll get to that soon, sometime this year maybe. And the Thomas Hardy, this was a gift from my friend Kristen. This is no longer produced. This is a 2008. It's 11.7% alcohol. I don't know when I'm going to get to that. So I have these. I have these. I have a 2007 Fort back there, and I have a Miles Davis Bitches Brew. So Hoggie doesn't have a cellar because he lives in Florida and we don't have cellars. But I got some good beer that I'm sitting on. We'll see how those work out. So thanks to my viewers, thanks to my buddy Howard, and thanks to Bell's. Y'all made some kick-ass beer. I'm out of here, guys. There's nothing else to say. Laters. Cheers.